Why does this whole discussion about improving learning go on with no one questioning the institution of adolescence? The psychologists see it. The child welfare movement 100 years ago creating this separate society for the young. A lot of adults today don't admire what that produced. Teenagers, the youth culture, the dumbest generation, Bauerlein says. But adolescence infantilizes young people. Robert Epstein tells us, deny them serious responsibility, keep them away from real work, don't let them integrate with adult society, tell them their only function is to be schooled. Why wouldn't they behave as they do? When given opportunity and when challenged, young people do impressive things. In his account of the Battle of Britain, Michael Korda writes that by late summer of 1940, more and more of those flying the Spitfires and Hurricanes were, in our terms, high school seniors. In The Birth of the Modern, Paul Johnson writes about boys from terribly deprived backgrounds with no formal education who became scientists and machine tool designers and architects and engineers, some of whose works still stand in Britain. They succeeded because they were given serious responsibilities early, and they learned hard because they knew that they could advance as fast as their abilities would take them. Probably those skills are still there in people, but adolescence has cut off that route to advancement. We really do tell young people today that education, schooling, is the only way forward. This country could be getting a lot more than it is from its young people if it treated them more as adults in the terms of this discussion, if we gave up on adolescence and replaced it with adultness. I remember Mary Lee Fitzgerald saying years ago that our high schools used to be filled with children. Today they're filled with people who are essentially adults being treated still as children. 18-year-olds still referred to as kids, always the tip-off to adults who have the adolescence mindset. Arguably today the most discriminated against class of people in our society. Epstein's idea is to let young people test out of adolescence. He's created an assessment of adultness, given thousands of times. And he says he can show that between the ages of about 15 and 85, the proportion of people displaying the traits of adultness, maturity, responsibility is uniform, irrespective of age. This country really does have a problem, I think, with the declining engagement and achievement of young people in secondary school. So I repeat my question: why does in this education policy discussion, does no one question the institution of adolescence? Think about it. If you agree, write me, will you? Thanks.